The rain isn't over. Newsman on the TV tells me there's gonna be thunder crashing over me. I'm running for cover. Footsteps on the concrete beneath me. They're cheering me onwards with that simple melody. When day feels like night, I can be my own light. Go dancing in the rain, dancing in the rain. Oh, if I find it inside, I can learn how to shine. I can shine it through the rain. Maybe I can be somebody's rainbow. Maybe I could be somebody's shelter. Tell them they can lean on my shoulders. Yeah, they're stronger than they seem. I'll carry you over when the puddles seem too deep. I'll carry you homewards. I'll help you find your feet. When day feels like night, I can be my own light. Go dancing in the rain, dancing in the rain. Oh, if I find it inside, I can learn how to shine. I can shine it through the rain. Maybe I could be somebody's rainbow. I'll be the umbrella in your cocktail. I can be the sugar in your dark and stormy. If it rains a lot, we can set sail. No matter the weather, you can always call me. I'll be the umbrella in your cocktail. I can be the sugar in your dark and stormy. If it rains a lot, we can set sail. No matter the weather, you can always call me. When day feels like night, I can be my own light. Go dancing in the rain, go dancing in the rain. Oh, if I find it inside, I can learn how to shine. I can shine it through the rain. Maybe I could be somebody's rainbow.
Took the stones and built an empire. They asked me how you come about the smoke not smelling like fire. They say that life can be a bitch, so I made her my wife. I fell in love with this adversity and learned how to fight. Look, you don't know what wholeness feels like until you've been empty. You learn you've always been enough by the time you had plenty. Sometimes you gotta lose it all just to find yourself, to realize you had it all when you was by yourself. Cause I was down bad, got up in my bag, now I'm up again. Had to recognize who the fuck I is, had to run it back, ain't no fumbling. I hear you niggas mumbling, but you don't speak my lingo. So focus on my numbers, that they lining up like bingo. I done been through some shit that I probably never speak about. I done seen some lows that the pastor only preach about. I done did some things that some niggas only think about. Wrote this on my heart so nobody else can. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready. They ask me what I'm on, I just say my throne. Remember who I was, baby, welcome home. I've been in my zone, asking how I feel, great. Hungry for everything that's on my plate. When you stay ready, you ain't gotta wait. If you all you got, then you know what it takes. Why y'all niggas love to play? I get too much fucking grace. Had to choose what I won't take. If you drop me, I won't break. Baby, I'm built from the magic, I'm godly. Ooh. Fuck around, finding out I get it poppin', I get it choppin'. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cause I done been through some shit you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. If you stay ready.
Music is frequency programming. Music is frequency. What frequency are you being fed? If I play with those frequencies, right, I can target certain parts of the mind. Target the frequency to go to certain parts of the mind. Or if I want you to go into a meditative state, I can make my music do that.
This is medicine music, prescription of frequency with a doses influenced by the state of the culture lacking some nourishment. Hella deficient of love, they needed encouragement, but taught to get numb off the drugs. Started to notice the loose screws, 10 of my toolbox, cause how can you mend the issue when you got a bruised heart and mentally been scarred, physically been barred, ready for rebirth, but spiritually it's been hard. Let me take you through some steps that I done learned, loved one, cause it don't happen overnight, this healing's earned, loved one. It come with practice, releasing your distractions, setting healthy boundaries and managing attachments. We made in God's image, but we started walking backwards when we gave away our power by submitting to a master. Then they pimped our infrastructure, changed the pricing and the package. Told you if you want it back, it's in blood cause they attacking. If you want to free your mind and free your spirit from the toxic, gotta vow to kill the poison of the snakes that's in your garden. Only giving your attention to the things that bring you honor. Keep your vibe sucker free and your circle free from drama. Shit, life crazy when you really think about it, and shit could get wicked if you really ain't moving solid. I'm praying you don't risk your whole life just for $1, and you conquer your demons before you end up getting conquered. So I gift you this medicine music. Yeah, I gift you this medicine music. Felt like I needed an umbrella for the rain, cause life was handing lemons, so I made some lemonade. You can sit with this medicine music. Belly of the beast to swallow you up for profit. Call it capital gains and they ain't even lifting proper. I aim to break the cycle my grandma passed to my mama, cause the DNA carry generational wealth and trauma. Encoded with a message, unfolding to your blessings. If you walk in your purpose, you can heal your family lineage. Work smart so I can leverage all of this time invested. Sing about me when I go, I lived everything I was destined. Victory over obstacles, 2020 my opticals. Cutting out all distractions, applying knowledge, I got the tools. Lesson learned that I got it, you junior died. Sparked a few, step died. Spark the fuse, no way, I'ma lose this weight I carry heavy, but my ancestors heavier. Thought I was moving steady, but now I'm moving steadier. Gave my burdens to God, and now I'm feeling merrier. Got my eye on a lover, imagining I can marry her. And now it's come a time where you gotta pick a side, or whether or not you gon' contribute to Earth's demise, or if you gon' be one of them ones that embody light. Cause the future gon' be fucked up if the kids can't live their life. So I offer you medicine music. Yeah, I give you this medicine music. Yeah, ayy. Felt like I needed an umbrella for the rain, cause life was handing lemons, so I made some lemonade. You can sit with this medicine music. I gift you this medicine music. Yeah.
The brain processes information electrically. It communicates with the cellular structure electrically, and it operates within a certain band of frequency. Frequency.
It's a palate cleanser. Hey, when it comes to evolving, I'm an advocate. I learned how to have peace by not having it. Sometimes you gotta lose everything just to find everything. They tried to throw me off, I came back like a boomerang. Now they all admire how I outlast through the pain. Now they all drawn to my art, see this the way I paint. My whole life a canvas, built my own brand, they can't brand us. On high levels, they can't overstand us. Now these ain't bars, these stanzas. Sonnets and haikus, broke generational curses and cycles. Just got my mama out the hood and I ain't finished. I'ma liberate my lineage, gotta elevate the children. Boy, I'm out here building this brick by brick. The snowfall, I still stick to the script. When it's sticky, I trust God, but the 4-5 still stick to the hip. But I choose peace over violence, serenity over sirens. Say they own demon timing, or God timing, make your clock out if you're wildin'. I wanna change, so I change my environment. Channel my greatness, they can't turn me off. My loft got an island, now I'm on the island in the loft, solo tripping. Spending time by the water, getting deep, solo dipping. I'm at peace now. Told my youth to put their guns down and put their hands up. You help pull their minds up, then they'll pull their pants up. My flow guaranteed to make the elders stand up. This right here make my young niggas put his hands up. He's about to crash out, I made him switch his plans up. Told him don't crash out, cause God got a plan for him. God got a plan for him. God got a plan for him. I told him don't crash out, cause God got a plan for him. But who praying for him? The streets been praying on him since 21, so he turned to a savage. I was trying to live an average, had to activate my genius. Started controlling my penis, will never sell my soul, I'd rather sell out arenas. Said she needs space, so I nicknamed her Venus. Told my big sis, don't let no lame get between us. He lucky I matured, his life in jeopardy. If I gave my bloods the word, I gotta let her be. Can't go and jeopardize my legacy. The promised land I'll never see. If I don't listen to God, I put my ear up to heaven like I'm listening, God. Tryna vent and chill, my spirit need conditioning, God. Tryna heal, but this world just so sickening, God. Yeah, this little light of mine, I heard flickering, God. I need a recharge before I catch a battery. Help me realize my demons need some mastery, yeah. Had to go and switch up my strategy, yeah. The other day deleted pictures out my gallery. Even the hidden ones, time to burst some new fruit and stop eating forbidden ones. When I feel depleted, I let God restore me. I can't crash out cause God got a plan for me. I can't crash out cause God got a plan for me. I can't crash out cause God got a plan for me. I can't crash out cause God got a plan for me. I can't crash out cause God got a plan for me. I can't crash out cause God got a plan for me. I can't crash out.
I'ma transmute it all to fire. Burn in this bitch, I'm the true purifier. I'm the true purifier. Shine a light on your shadow so that you can grow higher. Fire and desire, or I'm triggering the trauma, reflecting you like some water. Please don't fuck me over, cause I only get wiser. Fool me once or fool me twice, I was a sympathizer. My standards growing daily, cause I love myself regardless. I enabled nonsense, now it's lines nobody crossing. I was at a crossroads, fighting demons and lost souls at the semen. A lotus grows. This a version nobody knows. Loyal to myself and I'm 10 toes. I think they should
study my aura. I be living in another world. Hey, peace and blessings, Starseeds. Woo! Welcome to Pronoia Starseed Podcast, y'all. Thank you for tapping in tonight. Thank you. I am the goddess Rael. If you are new here, welcome to Pronoia Starseed Podcast. If you are a returning Starseed, welcome back. Yeah. Peace and blessings. I see you in the comments. Hey, peace, Cuzzo. Peace. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Starseeds. Thank you for tapping in. Y'all know it's a human design night. I am very excited. And yes, I have to move back. So give me a second. Okay. A little too close for comfort, but I am excited. Yes, Claudia is in the building, y'all. You've seen the intro video, so you know what's up. Hey, thank you. Oh, I'm gonna have to try to do that more often. See, y'all, you like that transition? Peace. Hey, peace. Look who's in the building. Mahatma Starseed. Okay, look. Y'all got me excited. Y'all over in the comments just got it. I hope y'all enjoyed the music the way y'all jumping over there. I hope you got your charts out and you're ready to learn. The teacher's coming. I'm just I introduced the teacher, but I'm a student. So, we get the party started, but we got to get quiet when teacher come in the house. Okay. So it's been a minute, y'all. We missed her last month. I promise you I did. I was like, oh, my poor human design heart. But bam, there goes time when we are here right now. It was like, we ain't missed not a step. Hey, Diana. Hey, pieces. Smart video girl. Look, y'all. Okay, first of all, do not invite me to y'all platform if I cannot talk to the people in the comments, because it is a habit. I go to other people's platforms. I promise you. If I see a star seed over there, the people be talking to me and stuff. I'll be like, oh, hey, girl, hey. Okay, yes, Mm-hmm. Look, that's just, I'm so used to interacting with you guys. Thank you for being here tonight. You know what? This show always gets all the love because everybody loves Claudia, Of course. I mean, why wouldn't you love Claudia? She is an Aries. Hello? Yeah, I know that's why we wouldn't. But we do love her anyway, So I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I love Aries. Anyway, I'm feeling goofy tonight because I missed her, y'all. It's like, seeing one of your favorite people and you haven't seen them in a long time. So I'm excited for tonight. Plus, she got some little surprises for me as a student. So I'm going to sit back and relax in a little bit. But before I do that, without further ado, let me slow down. Okay, and breathe. See, that's how I get when she's in the building, for real. It's like I'm plugged in and I can't, spirit be like, yes, yes. All right, let me stop. Without further ado, I'm going to get back on my best behavior. The teacher's coming, y'all. The teacher's coming. Yes, I'm glad. I love that intro video too. Okay. I hear her. Here she comes. Okay. Without further ado, here's Claudia.
Hi. Hi, peace, 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 everyone. Everyone loves Goddess Ra'el. Thank you for having us. Thank you for creating this space. What is really good, everyone? I'm so excited to be here. We're all excited. We're all excited. Let's all take that breath.
Right, because I'm really excited. I need to bring it down a little bit.
Let's ground in that energy.
Hold on, I'm getting my squeaky chair. Hold on.
Deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Let your exhale be a little longer than that inhale. Allow yourself to feel your feet on the ground. Bring in this love energy, this beautiful energy. Thank you, thank you. I am feeling amazing. And I'm going to tell you, I feel like it has been too long, first of all, since I've been here. Maybe that's also adding the excitement, right? And I'm like, it's been a minute. It feels like it's been forever. Oh, I love you so much. Thank you for all this love. I will never miss you again.
Like a little kid. Oh my goodness, there's so much love in the building.
So last month I had a family situation. And so thank you for your grace in allowing me to be able to kind of postpone. And so we'll make up that day, because like I told y'all the last time I was here, we have a curriculum. You know what I'm saying? I went through what we're going to be covering in this season of Pronoia Starseed podcast. And so today is our official day one. I hope that y'all remember what the homework was, because as part of our time here today, we're going to review. There's going to be a moment in which we're going to reflect back to what we talked about the last time. And so I'm ready. I just wanted to kind of I'm very excited. I'm feeling very loved. There's a lot of beautiful energy in the air right now. Like God has mentioned I'm an Aries. So Aries, as cardinal signs, and Aries leading the charge has been kind of being tested heavily right now with a lot of planets in occupying Aries, and Aries don't like that occupation because you got Saturn trying to tell us what to do and how to do it, and we're not feeling that. So there's just a lot of friction right now. Love on y'all Aries friends, love on y'all Libras, love on y'all Cancers and Capricorns. We cardinal energy is being pressed, and so we're doing our best. May is a lot lighter. We're in Taurus energy. We're in, Taurus is that Venus energy, that love, that like love, that sensuality. So bringing that in today, that's my inspiration. We have mothers coming up. I know goddesses, May is for the mothers, May is for the goddesses,
Right.
We have Black Fae Day in this month of May, and in New York City we celebrated yesterday. So this is like still like coming from that energy. I wanted to bring that in. Yes, check on the Libras. Check on the Libras. Gemini, yes, y'all too. But Gemini's, this is y'all year. This is a come up year for Gemini's. So yes, know that with great reward come great responsibility. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to hold it up. So love all of y'all. Today we're gonna have a little lesson, just kind of go through what the arrows in human design means. So take an opportunity. Yes, Fairy Festival. Ew. Where, if you don't mind me asking?
I know, right?
I'm like, need to take me with you.
I want to go.
Yeah, shout out to all my fairies celebrating Black Fae Day this week. Give us a lot of love on the socials. You'll be seeing a lot of fairies coming through. So in Savannah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I'm gonna travel next year for Fae Day. I'm gonna see where I go. Oh, we got a wedding. It is spring season.
Yes. Well, I'm going to go into the back of the classroom, teach, and then you can let
All
me
right.
know when you come back because I'm excited and I want to see you on the full screen. So,
wow. So for today, just our basic layout will be, we're going to talk about the arrows of human design. So I'm inviting you to pull up your body graph. If you have access to it, if you have it on your phone, go look it up so that you can kind of start looking at it and understanding a little bit better as I am explaining the arrows. After the arrows explanation, it's going to be like an overview. I'm going to give you kind of some of the definitions that are out there, and then I'm going to tell you some spiritual soul level ways of also understanding it. So there's going to be a lot of that mixed in. After we talk about the arrows, we're going to have a bit of a Q&A session in which we're going to talk about the homework from our previous show. So to jog your memory, the homework was around listening to your strategy and authority. And so you've had a lot of time to figure out how to listen to your strategy and authority. And I want you to check in. If you have any questions around that, that's going to be up in our Q&A session. Here going forward, we're always going to have like this moment of time in which you can bring your questions. And even if they're off topic or not, we'll address as many questions as we can. And after that, today we're going to start our first preview into dating by design. So we're going to just look at what that looks like. I'm really excited to show y'all what I got. So just bear with me one moment. Okay. I'm centering myself. And so I'm ready. So let's talk about the arrows. So dating, yeah. I'm like, I see the comments today. I don't always see the comments, but I'm really excited that I do. So let's talk about the arrows when it comes to human design. When you look at your body graph, when you pulled up your body graph, do you have it up? Talk to me. Remember this is interactive. As you look at your body graph, on the top, if you got it from Jovian, there's a lot of different ways to get your body graph. And Jovian used to be my favorite. However, they recently have changed the way it looks. So either way, somewhere on the body graph, typically it's on the top, like in the head, there are 4 arrows. And the arrows are each pointing in a certain direction. So each of these arrows has something that it stands for. And then there's like the overall meaning of which direction they're pointing in. And then it gets very intricate and it gets very detailed and nuanced because the arrows are the arrow is kind of like part of a roadmap to helping you understand the way that your body works and the way that you work, and what are the things that will help you navigate this life. So it took me a long time before I really understood the arrows and found a way to like to have it stick to me. So for that part, Diana, you don't have yours up. Get yours up. Go get it. You have time. So I'll start by this. When I started being more proactively into my spiritual journey and gaining awareness and understanding how certain things worked, I mentioned in the last episode how, hi Mr. Westbrooks, yes, I'm glad you have yours up. So the healer I used to go to would talk a lot about masculine and feminine energy and giving and receiving. And so I had this concept of masculine and feminine energy, but I didn't quite understand it. And later on, with more studies, with gaining more information, with talking to people, it started sinking in. And then it started getting clearer and clearer as time went on. And so when I learned about the arrows, I immediately plugged it in with my knowledge of like what masculine energy and feminine energy is. And that is, for the most part, how I've interpreted it the most. And to get into the nuances of the arrows, the arrows point in one of 2 directions. So they either point left or right. So there's up to 16 configurations of how your individual arrows look. In human design, they're known as the variables. And so there's some body graphs where you have like 2 arrows on one side that is on your design side, and then you have 2 arrows on your personality side. So either way, they're 4 arrows and they're all pointing in a certain direction. You could have 2 pointing left, all pointing right, 1 or 2 pointing, alternating. There's a lot of, there's up to 16 different, there's 4 arrows, so 4 times 4. 16 different possibilities for the configuration of the arrows. So we'll go through like from top, we'll go through what each arrow represents. And I'm now giving you just kind of the overview of whether it's left pointing or right pointing. So when yours are all over, it'll start making sense and it'll start registering. So tell me, show of hands or give me a thumbs up or something, if you've ever heard the terms right brained and left brained. Does that sound familiar to you? Left brained or right brained? So scientifically, it's said if a person is right brained, then they tend to be left-handed, right? And the person is left-brained, they tend to be right-handed. It's like the left controls the right and the right controls the left. So it's like this inverse. When you yes, logic was yes, you're getting there, I see you. So the arrows correspond to the left brain, right brain theory, and goes in a little deeper in terms of if you have a lot of, if when the arrow is pointing left, then it is meaning that this is an active right logical way of being. And in the spiritual way of also seeing energy, it is seen more as masculine. It's more active. Masculine energy is more proactive, right? And yes, let's see the chart. You can show the chart. Okay.
Yeah, let me size that better so you can see the arrows at the top. But I'm gonna put it up in a little bit. I'll let you know once.
Okay. Okay. So the right left facing arrow is right brained. It is active. It is more logical, more masculine energy, right? More kind of fixed energy. Yes, yes. And if you have, and you might have or not have, but either way of looking at it, the right facing arrow is more passive, is more feminine energy, it's more fluid, it's more creative, it's more receiving. So the way, one of the things that I also learned and I've come to like study and observe a lot is in terms of like the masculine energy being giving. So they say like your right hand is your right side, the right side of your body is expressive of the masculine energy, and your left side is expressive of your feminine energy. And so if you have right arrows, then you are left brained. Did that make sense? Right? It gets confusing. If you have right facing arrows, then that's more passive. If you have left facing arrows, then that's more active. And so I like to first, when I look at somebody's graph, I like to look at the arrows and just get an idea, because if all of your arrows are pointing in one direction, and I know several people who have all arrows left and all arrows right. And I'm always like, oh wow, like that's pretty intense. And a lot of different configurations. So a lot of balanced people too will have arrows in each direction. Each arrow in the position that they're in on your body graph has a different theme. So the 4 themes of the arrow are digestion, environment, awareness, and perspective. So when you look at your body graph, starting from the left side, the very top arrow is referencing to digestion. all of these 4 characteristics have 6 different types underneath them. And depending on where you pulled your body graph from, maybe I will say by next time I'm here, and this might be part of the homework, so pay attention to this nuance. By the next time that I'm here, we'll talk a little bit more about the types. And see, if you look at the graph that's next to me right now, at the very top, you see the arrows, and then you see that the arrows have numbers. So the numbers next to the arrows are representative and indicative of the different types. If your body graph has numbers, sometimes depending on where you got your body graph from, they'll have numbers and shapes and colors. And so all of these are indicative of the different types that fall under the categories. So the very first one is digestion. Digestion is how your body receives nourishment. And the nuance of that is nourishment is it's literal food, it's literal eating, right? And it's also information. It's also how you consume things. It's also how you absorb things, right? That's how you kind of amplify what digestion is. If you have a left facing arrow in your digestion, then it means that it over an overview, right? Because it goes very intricate. That's why I love for you to have your body graph up and follow, because it's individual and there's a lot of nuance to you. So if your arrow goes, I have 3 facing left and 1 facing right. Okay, very left facing goes left. So the left arrow, when it comes to digestion, means that you tend to need a schedule and a guide and like some structure around how you consume, how you digest. The six different parts of digestion are like the different types 1 through 6 is appetite, taste, thirst, touch, sound, and light. So depending on what numbers, tell me if yours have numbers or not, because what I'm going to work on is getting you the chart that has the numbers also. So like if you want to dive a little deeper, I want to send you a link or share a link at some point. I'm not saying today, but maybe in the next time, send out the one that has the numbers. So like number 1 is appetite, number 2 is taste, number 3 is thirst, number 4 is touch, number 5 is sound, number 6 is light. All of these things are very important for you to look into in terms of your digestion. How does your body best receive food, information? Some people need to really think about the lighting that is around them when they're about to eat, the sounds that are around them, whether they feel hungry or not, whether how the food actually tastes. So a lot of those nuances in pertaining to you can be guided by what's on your body graph in terms of your digestion. First of all, if it's pointing left, you probably need to eat on a schedule. You probably need to eat on a schedule, and your body functions typically best in that way. Now, if you have right facing digestion arrow, then it's likely that actually eating food is it's on your own timing. Like you might not feel hungry in the way of 3 meals a day, so you might eat once a day, or you might eat, you know what I'm saying, like you're your nutrition is varied and it's very unique and individual to you. That's that, like, it's definitely the feeling. Like, you have to listen to your body and understand. Typically when you are a right facing arrow, when it comes to the digestion, it calls for you to just be very in tune with yourself, and also understand that, like, a lot of us fall victims to the, like, dieting and things like that, and like trying to follow a meal plan. And meal plans might not necessarily be the most effective thing, because you'll plan out a menu and then you won't want that. Like, you're definitely, like, have to listen to yourself, listen to your feelings around it. For left facing arrows, meal plans can be really valuable, can be very excellent tools for you, and maintaining consistency around when you digest, when you have food, is important. So that's like the broad overview on the digestion arrow. Then the arrow, strict schedule, morning, lunch, and dinner by 7. Yes. Okay. I'm celebrating you. I feel like I am consistently trying to get myself on a schedule. Let's see how that goes. So the arrow right underneath, the very top arrow, which is the digestion, the one right underneath it is the environment arrow. So your environment arrow, there's so many. Listen, I've pulled so many different body graph charts, so like that's why I'm like, it all flow through my head. But this is for fun for me, so I can definitely look up which ones have more. But there is a specific website that you can pull up the body graph, and it actually tells you your specific environment, because there are 6 environments. And again, it goes kind of by those numbers that are next to the arrow. Your environment it's on a broad level. It's literally like the location that you're in, and like what you're surrounded by. The way that I remember and hits for me when it comes to the left or right arrow is, if you have left pointing arrows, then you tend to want consistency in your environment. You tend to want to know where you tend to want more structure around where you are. Like, there's designated places to do certain things. Like, you eat at a table, in the kitchen, you work out of this place. You just have designated areas from which to do things, and it's very, like, straightforward and to the point when you have that left facing arrow. And when you have a right facing arrow, when it comes to environment, you tend to be a little bit nomadic and want to experience different locations. Like, if you work from home, you'll work, from the balcony one day, from like the couch another, from the bed. Like, you want a variety of environment. I would say both arrows love to travel, and there's also slight nuances to how you travel. When you're left facing versus when you're right facing. And I would say right facing environment tends to be a bit nomadic, tend to be the people that can kind of move and go to a place and like relocate, like have more of that energy of being more transient. Whereas left facing arrows tend to really just want a little bit more stability out of their location and environment. So there are 6 types of environments, and the environments are not to be necessarily taken literally. Like, it's not that you have to go live in a cave. Cave is the first one, the first type. It's not that you have to live in a cave, but it just kind of speaks to your energy, where it feels the safest, where it feels the best, where you can express. And if you have a cave environment, oftentimes what that means is coziness. Like you thrive in coziness, in cozy spaces. So consider how, or think about even now, like if you have like necessarily the one space, like the cave is, once you have the information, if you are a cave environment, making sure that you're able to carve out some cozy space or spaces where you do feel like you're able to recharge solitarily. Like, you know what I'm saying? A cave, like, think about a cave up in the mountains, like you're isolated and protected. It's like the shield. So that's our very first environment is cave. The number two is markets. Markets, like a market where there's a lot of exchange happening. It's a busy, like people that have market environments like busy spaces are able to work, are able to like focus in on whatever they're focused in on if you have a market environment. There is kitchens is the third type of environment. Fourth is mountains. Fifth is valleys, and sixth is shores. So those are the six type of environments. In your environment, once you like dive in and you're able to kind of understand which is your environment, this is just a guide to help you understand where you can thrive or how you can set yourself up for safety and to thrive where you are based on the environment that you have, and then considering also whether you are passive or active. Passive meaning the right arrow versus the left arrow having an active outward environment. So, yay, this is good. The human design arrows the four transformations. So you have digestion, body, and environment. Then we're going next to awareness, mind and awareness. So that is on the right side. The top arrow is awareness, as you can see in the diagram. Thank you, Gaddis. So awareness is also, if you look it up, it could be under motivation or awareness. That's what that arrow is for. And it often speaks a lot to how we learn. And so if you have a left facing arrow in this spot, you tend to learn the way that it's always kind of described is you tend to learn well in the traditional school model, like the way that school is set up for memorization and then be able to like regurgitate what is given to you. When you're able to intake information in that way, like recant. And when you have a right arrow there, you're more open in terms of how you learn. I feel like I tend to say, like, you know, most of the people that I have peace the most of the people that I have read for and seen that are like right facing arrows tend to have giftedness around the way that they learn, tend to intake information very differently. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of development in the way that things are taught to fully capture the unique essence of a person that is more right brained, no, more left brain, more left brain, more right brain. I meant right brain. So meaning more passive. So is able to intake information. And I honestly would say that people that have the right pointing arrow tend to get bored and are not stimulated as much by our education system. So the way that they learn is a little bit different, and unfortunately we don't have enough customization, and hopefully more people that are creative are able to start tapping in and influencing other people and meeting them where they're at in terms of how they need information to be given to them and processing. So it's about like that processing of information and motivation. So there are, under the human design system, 6 types of motivations, and the 6 types are fear, hope, desire, need, guilt, and innocence. So these motivations sound like and are, also the titles for like emotions and feelings. And it's not exactly about the emotions or feelings. When we're thinking about it in terms of the arrow, in terms of motivations, it is about, it's like a lens that we put on in order to be able to do the best that we can. So when we are tapped into our human design, when we're doing the work of deconditioning, when we are 3 out of right facing arrows. I say red shiny balls and derm arrows. Yes, yes. It's like I feel like you right right facing arrows just need to be kind of, I want to say, have this just beautiful creative energy flow and process that is unique and individual to you. And so the world has to catch up to you, right? Like I said, it's the feminine energy, which is the creative, it's the bringing forth new, being able to also kind of receive. It is also, I would say, the right arrow is inward and where the left arrow is outward. So the left arrow receives from the external in, and the right arrow is more reflective and then kind of brings that out if they are nurtured, if they are like, really supported. Or, and I would say if they are, and that's by their own selves, by your own self, or by the environment that you're actually in, right? If you're nurtured as the creative being that you are, then you will share. Like that's the hope. You will share. Data for left facing. Okay. See, we have a lot of left. There's a lot. I'm not gonna get into like the, maybe next time, and y'all can come through with the Q&A. Like I said, we'll get into like the history, because it's said that we started off more left facing, and that the right facing is like newer. I like to say if you have a lot of left facing energy, then you tend to, I usually tell people like you have a lot of masculine energy. So a lot of your design is based on doing. It's based on like being active. It's not about being passive. But if you have a lot of right facing, then your energy is more passive. It's not more like, charge forward. It's more like let me receive, like let it come, let it be here. So the last arrow is our perspective arrow. And funny enough, like I talk about my journey, I embed my journey into this um for integration purposes. And for a long time, a lot of us, I spoke about, the last time I was here, I spoke about being a truth seeker, right? And looking for information and trying to find information. And in that, you also understand that there's a lot of people that stumble upon these paths because they are wanting to manifest. They're wanting to create things. They're wanting to make shifts. So, like, I love that this diagram that God has found for us is the 4 transformations, because if you start tapping into these aspects of your human design, then you start unlocking new levels for yourself. Like you start understanding yourself a little bit better. outside of what you have been told, outside of what has been pushed on you. You start to understand those nuances, and then you're better able to operate. Like, that's the whole goal. The goal is to better operate, to feel the best that you can feel within yourself, within your spirit, within your being. So, representing it both right. Shout out to me. Yeah. So, if you have, this is, I'm gonna give you my way of kind of interpreting it, and then I'll tell you like the like official, I guess, way of seeing the perspective. My way of seeing perspective is literally how I like to just say it's how you manifest. So if you are wanting, for example, to move, if you want a new place and you're trying to manifest a new place, you're trying to manifest a new house, new apartment, somewhere to live, a new state, wherever you want to move, and you're looking for a new place. And so I tend to, if somebody comes to me for a reading and like trying to get help on manifesting a new place, and I look at that, that's the arrow I immediately go to is perspective. So I go to the perspective arrow and I'm like, okay, so you have a left facing perspective arrow. So if you have a left facing perspective arrow, what it means is you have to delineate what you want. So you have a very like sharp way of manifesting, and that is you tend to get exactly what you want when you know exactly what you want. So if you want to manifest something, you need to know what that something is. You need to have a clarity of the vision of what it is. Do you want an apartment? Do you want a house? How many rooms do you want? Do you want it to have amenities? Do you want, pets allowed? Like, you have to envision, you have to see yourself in the actual place. And that is what gets you closer to the manifestation. It's the clarity of vision. So it's not, this was hard for me because we get conditioned to be the opposite of how we're meant to be based on human design. So some of us are very general manifestors. Like, we just want something like this or better, right? That's more actual right arrow than left arrow. Left arrow remember when I used to talk about like when you go to a restaurant and you place an order for what you want, right? That's left, that is left arrow. That's for you. Like, you need to know what you want. You can't just come in and be like, it's whatever, because it'll be whatever and you won't necessarily be happy. So clarity is very important in order to create the vision when you are left arrow. When you're right arrow, and oftentimes what my right arrow humans tend to struggle with is that they're very specific, and right arrows need to like blur the vision a little bit and allow themselves to expand, allow themselves to be like, it can be better than like this thing that I'm fixated on, right? And that tends to be the best move for a right arrow. It's like, once you release the vision, once you release it, release your attachment to it being exactly down to the wire timing, that's not for you. It's not meant to be that exact. You are meant to have a broader view. You're meant to not necessarily zoom in. So for perspective, there are 6 different types, and the 6 different types of perspective based off of human design is survival, possibility, power, wanting, probability, and personal. So these 6 different types tend to be the lens through which your perspective forms, and understanding which one you have helps shape your narrative in the way that best sustains you and best supports you. And so that is the perspective arrow. So with that, the 4 arrows again, I feel like have been really magical for me because I absolutely am able to see within a lot of people, most of the people that I've done readings for, I see where their spirit wants to go and where the human is taking them. And their spirit wants to go in one direction, and their human is like, this is how the world works. Like, it's been, it's been beat into our heads. Like, you do this and you do this in this way, and then that will happen. And I feel like for me personally, again, like I, for most of my life, have been very like, cum se, cum sa, whatever happens, happens, la, la, la. And I tend to have a lot of left arrow energy. And it is when I get very specific about what I want, down to color and smell. And like, I'm just very clear. This is exactly what I want. I'm not accepting the shrimp sandwich when I wanted steak and fries. Like, bring me what I ordered. Like, I will sit here patiently waiting for exactly what I ordered, and it will come because I'm that clear. Like, this is what I want to eat. Like, there's no, this is where I want to live. This is how I want to live. For a lot of us left arrow, we tend to need to see it sometimes in order to be able to understand that we can also have that, like, or we can receive that. So visuals are really powerful, whereas more right arrow humans can kind of create the vision. Like, is that sounding like it makes sense to y'all? Let me know. Ultimately, the main goal of human design, first and foremost, is what I talked about last time, which is now where we're going into, which is our Q&A. And I want to just get some feedback from you on how it has been going, diving into your own design, understanding your strategy and authority. Everything but my body and environment is left arrow. Left arrow. So it's toward the collective. It's outer authority. It is masculine energy. It is forward logical thinking. So oftentimes we operate in the opposite of that, but when we start bringing in the structure and the active energy that we need to when we're left arrow, it's like the missing puzzle piece. It's like, oh, okay, I've been going about it in this way, but I do need to be a little bit more active here. So I'm loving the comments. I'm like, yeah. So this is our brief Q&A session before we jump into our Dating by Design preview. Let me know if you have any questions, if you have been working on your strategy and authority, if you understand your strategy and authority, let me know in the comments. That's what we kind of talked about a lot on our last gathering. While y'all church scientists to look at side by side. Yes. See, ideas. Submit your charts so we can look at them side by side. Opposites to attract, and you will find, again, there are 16 different types of configurations. You can go deeper into your arrows by understanding the number, the type, and just if you just look that up alone, if you literally Google that alone, I wouldn't don't inundate yourself too much. This is like what I always talk about when it comes to human design. There's so much information that we could get lost in it. I would say your homework. Wait, so you're all right. So you're all right facing, is what you're saying. So I want you to pick one of these arrows. So your digestion, environment, awareness, or perspective. That's your homework. Pick one of these arrows and dive deeper into what your specific arrow means and the type. Okay. Because I'm like, I thought you said you had one left. Okay. So environment being left, it means that you need some stability around and some like structure around where you are and where you work out of. And I would say a left facing arrow, I tend to find that left facing arrows do like to travel. Do like to travel a lot, but also need to have a home base, like need to know where home is to return to. That's what I would say for, whereas right facing arrows can be more nomadic when it comes to travel, like literally can relocate. Literally can just be like, oh, this is home now. I live here now. And that happens whether they thought that they would want it to or not. And call yourself a nomad. Is yours okay? I'm seeing you now, PLL, DLR. So yeah. Yes. All right. Going once or going twice for questions. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. So now you know for next time, write down your questions, come with them, and we'll dedicate some time to addressing them, anything that might come up. And now we are moving on to our sneak preview of Dating by Design. So we have our very first two human beings. Oh, a question came in. No, you already pulled up the chart. So leave it up. I'm gonna save your question, and if we have a little bit of time now, or if not, I will address it in our next time, okay? So here we go. We have person blue and person pink. Person blue and person pink are a projector and a manifesting generator. And so, can you all see the body graph here? This is what's called a composite body graph. So you have person blue and like all their gates. So when you see on the left here, it has the planets, like the nodes, the sun, the earth, the nodes, the moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars. You see that, right? And then on the other side, you have person pink and you have their gates and their planets, where all their planets were. So as you learn more human design and you see more body graphs, you know that the sun and earth placements on your design and personality sign, that's what creates your incarnation cross. We're not going to go into it as deep. I just kind of wanted to mention that. for these two human beings, I just wanted to give you a picture of what it looks like when two body graphs are put together, and just point out the things that stood out to me. I even like wrote it out because I was like amazed. So these two have very unique energies, and both are like very like they come together and they form what is called a 7 to 2 centered relationship. So 7 to 2 means there's work to do. So this is a partnership that can work very well together, and because it has those two centers that are open, so those two centers that they can get wisdom from, and then bring like expand on it, because that's what open centers are. Like, you tend to expand the energy of an open center. So the head is open and the willpower center is open. This kind of also gives sometimes a little bit of chaos. I want to say the willpower center is very important, because it is the center that tends to complete projects, tends to complete things, tends to make sure it gets done. And so with that willpower center open, it gives that these two sometimes might be very, very well intentioned, but it might have too much openness, and like maybe having some more energy involved will bring a way to complete, to bring things to be, right? So, and the head being open means there's a lot of ideas that flow in. Um, where you can see the blue lines, those are all the blue are person blues gates and channel, and the pink lines are person pink's gates and channel. So based on this, person blue has a split definition. You can see that the centers that are connected, so like the little green triangle and the orange, are connected with the blue, and then there's a blue from the root, the very last square, going to the little triangle, which is the solar plexus. And so that all is connected. And then there is the next channel is from the G center to the throat. So like the G center to the throat is not connected to those bottom when it comes to the blue. And the pink does have the channels that are filled in connected. So the pink is a single definition, blue is split definition, and they bridge each pink bridges the split with the sacral. So where you see the blue and the pink coming together, it's in the circle that is the sacral that's connected to the solar plexus. So together they have the 59-6 channel. It's only one channel that's formed in this connection that isn't formed without the connection. So the 59-6 channel, I'm gonna get into it in a second. The 59-6 is the only channel that is created in this connection, and every other channel that exists is already in place, and it's kind of reinforced when these two energies are together. It gives that these are two very whole human beings, like people that are coming together and already know themselves, have a lot of themselves to come into, and the only openness that there is through the ideas, and also through the willpower, the ability to make things come full circle, like to complete. So those are the things that they can work on. which is beautiful. It's beautiful to have some openness in connection and relationship. And yes, I see you. So the 59.6 channel is the channel of mating. It's the channel of reproduction. So I find it so beautiful that like this channel is completed. Typically people who have this channel tend to reproduce, like tend to like physically actually reproduce. And when I say reproduce, it's not always like just like having babies or human life. It's coming together and having a creation formed and bringing it out into the world. It's a tribal channel. It is like the only tribal energy that is really strong and potent when it comes to the connection of these two. So there's a beautiful force that brings, it's like a magnet, bring it together and then make, like, it's very creative flow, creative energy. So, Jason, my good guys, looking at, yes. When you have, so you'll tend to see the more that you dive into your human design and the people around you, that you tend to connect. And there are certain ways in which you're like magnets. The 59.6 are magnets. Like they are channels that they want to connect, right? And so that's the connection. In this partnership with blue and pink here, it is very um I have a lot of thoughts all at once. I'm like, let me get them out. With these two, when these two are together, the centers that one has open now become full. So a way of looking at body graphs and understanding energy is that typically if you have that center in your body graph, then you can have a channel that forms into that center. But when you only have like a gate activated, then it's likely that you might not have that center filled up. And so you'll have that like be an open center and you'll have a gate in that center. So there's energy, there's a little bit, but there's not energy that comes in because when it's open, it means it just doesn't have as much energy in there. It's not powered. So there's some centers that are completed. The root center, the solar plexus, are completed, and the sacral are completed. So when these two are together, they have a lot of energy. They have a lot of unique energy. Like they come in with a lot of unique energy, and also there's a lot that's flowing back and forth. So these two together become an emotional manifesting generator. So together they're, whatever, but individually they're whatever, but together they're an emotional manifesting generator. I, as a manifesting generator, obviously know a lot about that type. However, myself am a sacral, which I would say the benefit of being a sacral manifesting generator is that you can just make kind of instant yes or no decisions and not really pay attention to emotions because emotions are coming from elsewhere. But in this union, these two become an emotional manifesting generator, which means that the emotional roller coaster has to run. If it runs for one, it runs for both. I feel like heed this warning to everybody that's not an emotional. 50% of the world are emotional authority humans. So when you're an emotional authority human and somebody else isn't, the emotional authority is the most loudest, most powerful authority. And so the emotional authority takes over. Immediately this partnership is an emotional authority partnership, which means that the emotions have to run on decisions. When there's a decision to be made, you have to give it time for those emotions to run. You have to have patience. like you have to have patience with each other. You have to have patience and give each other grace, because that solar plexus is loud and strong. So having the openness and the willpower is good, and it can be a little bit depleting, because you have to let the emotion run, and then by the time you let the emotion run, you might not have the willpower to go forward with whatever the decision is. And so you have to understand that nuance, and that maybe not everything is meant to be brought forward. However, this connection set to bring forward is set to produce life, is set to bring something forward that adds to the tribe, that adds to the community, that helps reinforce community. This union also, based off of the gates, which I'm not going to go into every single gate, but I also looked at the gates that both parties have in common, and there are 5 gates in common. So we know that there are 64 gates. So there's 5 gates that both of these share. And so that brings forward and starts setting a map as to the intentionality behind this connection. And a lot of this has to do with community, creating community. Another thing that I noticed that I thought was really beautiful is that, like, if you look in the middle, the G center is the yellow diamond shape. And if you look right above that to the throat center, there are 2 channels. So pink has the 1-8, and let me just drop something inside. And the blue has, I think it's the 13 to 31. If I'm not mistaken, I can't see the numbers right now. So, and these 2, one is like an individual circuit, and the other one is the collective. And they're both projected channels, and they're both channels that are given energy through the sacral. Now, with this connection, when these 2 are together, they have a really strong message. The 1-8 is like the channel of inspiration, and the 13, I'm sorry, too much information, so I'm like, I can't see the number. Let me look at it closer. Shout out to the person Legal Center connects and awesome. I love that King Adonis is like learning. I was trying to get my zoomed in picture. Hold on. So I can get this right. 1333. The 1333 channel is like the channel of listening. So it's like what inspired me about this connection, what inspires me about this connection is that, again, these 2 individuals alone are very strong and powerful and have this really, really strong missions, really strong energy in terms of being here on this planet, in this time space reality that we are currently in, and individually have really big missions and auras. And so put together, working cohesively, allowing grace and patience, which feels like, I guess, is my only guidance for this connection, is definitely grace and patience is needed. And I have all the I have all of the knowing that it is possible and will continue to be possible for these two to continue to grow and develop and nurture their relationship. Now even more so, like y'all are here, you're committed, you're doing this, you're putting yourselves out there. And so you know that all you have to do is give it grace and give it patience. And when you come together, there's beauty and there's things that are needed for the survival and actual pushing forward of momentum and creation, the creation itself. So it's very inspiring. I was very excited when I saw this combination, and it just makes me more excited also to see and share the different combinations of energies that exist. Now, these two are good friends and they are collaborators, and are putting themselves out there. So proud of y'all. So proud of y'all. Thank you for sharing. And please feel free, y'all, to share your body graphs and that of someone else with consent, if you want to understand your connection a little bit more. The more time that you give us, the more the more possibility of us using it in our next episode. So here we go. And this is what will evolve into dating by design for those of us that might want to examine our connections deeper. So, yay! Thank you all for being here. I'm going to open up the floor now for just any last comments or questions or love you want to show. I also want to like hype myself up a little bit, invite you to follow me on social media. I'm on Personified, and know that I have a Reiki class coming up later this month. If you want to know more about it, please hit a girl up. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. Goddess, get over here.
Yay. It was amazing. Yes. I was like, oh, let me pull this up. Let me try to do this while she's doing that. But what a great show. Yeah, I did not know anything. You know, I did a little bit of research on the arrows prior to, but I did not have an in depth, and I had no idea I had so many left arrows. I didn't look at my own chart. That was the craziest part. It was like, oh, I was looking up what it was about, and like, but then when you said that, I was like, let me pull out my chart. I never would have thought I had so many left arrows, which makes sense because things flow better for me when I have that, like those horse blinders on, and I get like really into a flow of things and get things done. And I do manifest when I have a very clear vision of what it is. It's like really specific though. Like what you said about the ordering, yeah, that's why it resonated so much with me. And then I'm one of those people that can shift my mind. I realize I operate a lot more trying to be right arrowed when honestly I should be operating in the left arrow. So I learned that tonight, which I'm going to implement because damn it, I'm masculine now. All that feminine stuff out the window. But my environment is to the right is right. So I thought that was interesting too. My perspective left, really. I was like, oh, this is interesting. So yes, thank you, Starseeds, for interacting tonight. And I hope listen. They were very interactive. Everybody was really into their charts. I love that. I'm glad you guys pulling up your charts now. You have them ready. Make sure you got your questions ready because Claudia's back 2 times next month. And so we get a double dose, okay? And I love the dating by design, the combination chart. Oh my God, that was so beautiful. So beautiful to see the combination. I love how you did with the blue and the pink, the 2 different perspectives of the people. And Wow. I didn't even get a chance. I didn't even know what I was looking at before the show. So that was beautiful. That was so beautiful. You guys send in your charts. If you are interested on seeing your chart and somebody else with consent, send those over so we can get them up. Like Claudia said, the earlier, the better chance at getting it on the next episode. I love the charts. I do. I love that. I love it. I knew I would, but I didn't see it. I never saw it. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, exactly what I wanted to see. Like how it comes together, how the energy flows. Hey, Ricks. Thank you for tapping in, Raymond Ricks. Yes, I know we love books. Yes. Oh, and I would love to see star seeds. Make sure you're sending in your charts. I want to see the combination. I definitely have to see what King Adonis, and because we honestly, it is that. First of all, Adonis, he's our youngest star seed with the oldest spirit. Okay, and then I'm like close enough to be his mom's age. So that was the interesting dynamic. Whenever we're together, the way we channel is it's like he gets into my brain, and I've never felt anybody's energy like that before. And the fact that all of his arrows are completely the opposite of my arrows. So all of mine are to the left except for environment, and all of his are to the right except for environment. So I just would love to see what that looks like. And so star seeds, please send in your charts. I want to see them. I love this. This was wow, this is one of my favorite episodes. I think I'm gonna go back and watch it again. And yes, redigest it like a cow. You know, they chew it up and spit it. Oh, that's so gross. But I'm going to come back because I think it's a lot of great information. And again, these could be your friends, these could be family members, this could be a lover, your husband, your wife, a possible spouse, but make sure you have consent. Send them to me, Pronoia Starseed Podcast on Instagram, or you can send them to a more personified, which is Claudia on Instagram. You can send them to either one of us, or there is a Dating by Design page, you guys. It's called Dating by Design on Instagram. You send it there and we will get it here. Okay. Consent is everything, especially here on Pronoia. We are 100% about consent on all levels, especially on the spiritual realm, because I am not taking none of them kind of hits. And I did too much work to get where I'm at, to get knocked down for showing somebody else's information. So get consent and then ask the person to come and join you here in Pronoia, even if they've never been here before. Once we let you know that we're going to put your information, it'll be anonymous, just like she did tonight. But you'll know. We'll send you a message and let you know we'll be featuring your information so you and that person can join and see how it's going to go. But I think that is so beautiful. Okay, y'all know me. I'm excited about this Dating by Design thing. I'm gonna have to make a theme song and some kind of, a little video or something about coming together. Yeah, I'm getting excited. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, if you don't have IG, you can email it to foxyroxy81@gmail. FOXX. I'm gonna put it in the comments, but it's FOXXIROXXI81@gmail. So if you want to send it that way, that's cool. Oh, that's probably why I never seen you on Instagram, Lady Saturn. I was like, man, she didn't follow me on Instagram. Okay.
And so I just want to interject real quick because I know we're running out of time. Mm-hmm. I do have the questions that were asked that I didn't get to address, and I will absolutely address them next time. I literally wrote them down.
Oh, okay,
so,
good.
Lady Saturn and Armota, I have your questions about whether you're balanced all over the place and how to use ego projected authority, and I'm going to address those in the Q&A next time. Again, I'm gonna answer your questions.
I think that's a great way. We can add this to our teachers thing. If you have questions, right, ask, and then the next show she'll have the answers for you, which is great because you get an more in-depth answer if you do it. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that, Claudia.
Okay. That's why there's a Q&A. It's
John almost.
It's homework review, and I'm gonna ask y'all again. You know what I'm saying? Which arrow did y'all look into? I will ask you.
Oh, I'm about to get into all my era.
Eventually there will be prizes.
Yes. Oh, yes. And I got plenty of prizes. Listen, so there was a season of Pronoia where I purchased a lot of stuff to give away, and I just never did, and I still have it. So you guys, yes, I have crystals, and I mean talking about raw crystals. I have all kinds of things. So yes, Claudia, we're gonna do that. Yes, I'm not there anymore, just on Substack. Thanks, Claudia. This was really good. Yes, it is. And
I'm
yes,
so happy you're able to be here. And honestly, even if you don't come, watch the replay because I will answer your question. So it'll be available.
And yes, you can leave your question in the comments. So if you go back and watch the replay, leave your question in the comments. I'll pull those questions and have them for Claudia for the next episode. And yes, Raymond, you will definitely get an invite. You know, you're invited to come on over to Pronoia. I just have not, like I said before, I haven't had any guests this season yet because we have so many star seeds this season. We are going to work into guests probably later on into the summer. But right now, we've just been working on getting these classes going. Each teacher has been bringing so much to the stage. Thank you so much. It's been such a beautiful experience. Oh, that last chart was so amazing. Like it really was. Yes, it was an amazing show. Anything else, Claudia, before we go?
Just thank you all for being here. Your energy really helps light us up, and it's why we do this, and we keep showing up, and we will keep being here. Please share with your friends, share with whoever might benefit from this. We're all trying to learn and grow together. I appreciate you, Goddess, always. I love you so very much. Peace, everyone. Mwah. Hope you have a restful evening, and I will see you next month again. I'm coming twice next month. Come bring on the questions.
2 times. Yes, I'll be putting out the May. I haven't even put out the May calendar yet, y'all. We have so much going on. But I'll be putting out the May calendar, and you'll see the June calendar. She'll be on there 2 times next month. May is for mothers, you guys. We are celebrating the mothers this month, so make sure you're tapped in. Lisa will be joining me this month as our first guest for the season. She will be on for 2 shows, and it's so crazy. She'll be here the 12th, and then you flip it, she'll be back on the 21st. Both times we're celebrating the mother. The first time for Mother's Day, and the 21st is the day that my mom passed away, and I love to celebrate her that day. So Lisa will be joining me both days. I have a very special reel I will be putting out really soon for me and Lisa. So make sure you're tapped in on IG. If you're not on IG, well, catch us here on YouTube. Hit that notification bell so you know when we are live. Thank you, Starseeds. It's been a beautiful, wonderful, amazing evening. Thank you, Claudia. Now I got to come down off of this high. Always. But I love it. It's amazing. Pronoia means that the universe is always conspiring in your favor, no matter what. I know sometimes things get hard, but know that things are working for you, not against you. Keep that mindset. It's all about what you put up here. It's what you're going to see out there. And keep love on your heart. That's what was the basis of Dating by Design. It started off about just like romantic love, but it has expanded into all types of love. And, over in Pronoia, that's what we want to promote. We want to promote love because that is the highest frequency of all, and authenticity. So be yourselves. And I love you, Starseeds. Have a good evening. Peace.
Yeah, that's why I write in the For real. That song reminded me of us. It does? Yeah, back in the day. Remember that feeling? Just how hip-hop used to make you feel, especially back then. It was so real.
Yeah, When I first laid eyes, I was mesmerized. This revolutionary love should be televised. It's deeper than Martin Gina, not quite Ike and Tina. I'm thinking more brown sugar, cause your love way sweeter. You put a Jones in my bones, Do they call you Nina? Is your name Yemiya? No, it's definitely Oshun. Wanna be in your space, I'm attracted to your moon. Like how you shine through the dark, your melanin light rooms. I like watching you bloom. Wanna get lost in your flowers. I don't do small talk, let's big talk for hours. They throw away the love, but I go to war for hours. Me and you against the world, we can't lose if God got us. When we out, they spot us. Our vibe gravitational. Been thinking legacy, yeah, I'm talking generational. I speak your love language, let's get conversational. With you, I see my future, and it's sensational. If love don't cost a thing, why I spend my whole day thinking about your vibe and the things that you say. When you come around, you make everything okay. I don't care how much it costs, I'll spend it all today. If love don't cost a thing, why I spend my whole night thinking about your touch, how you make me feel light. This world treat me wrong, but you make it alright. I don't care how much it costs, cause you worth the whole price. Real love don't cost a thing. 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 Yeah, see, I'm digging you like a grave. No justice for me, cause I'm enslaved to your beauty and I don't wanna be free. Who am I? Well, they call me brother to the night. And right now I'm trying to be the blues in your left eye and trying to become the funk in your right. Who am I? I'll be whoever you want me to be. Long as you lock me in your love and never let me free. Free your mind with me. We can grab a glass of wine, unwind with me. You see, I read you like Merlot. You and your ex didn't work, he's still trying to get furloughed. He mad cause he feel like I robbed him like the neuro. I feel your love bankrupt. He just drove you crazy, he ain't even fill your tank up. He couldn't see your worth, low key you should've thanked him. Cause you deserve something real, and no, it ain't him. If love don't cost a thing, why I spend my whole day thinking about your vibe and the things that you say. When you come around, you make everything okay. I don't care how much it costs, I'll spend it all today. If love don't cost a thing, why I spend my whole night thinking about your touch, how you make me feel light. This world treat me wrong, but you make it alright. I don't care how much it costs, cause you worth the whole price. Real love don't cost a thing. 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 Yeah.
Look, a lot of people want people to stop playing with them, but to be honest, you first gotta stop playing with yourself. You gotta see yourself as a gift to this world. You gotta know that you know that you know that with every fiber of your being, that you that nigga and that bitch. That you the shit even when your shit stank, and that you big even when you try to shrink. You gotta know you're monumental, colossal. You gotta know you got big energy.
Hey, what I look like playing small as big as I am. They say I think I'm that nigga, that's cause I really am. Man, stop playing with me, had to say that to myself. My biggest win was remember who the fuck I am. And that's on God, that's on mama and my ancestors. Every fall was just teaching me how to stand better. Now I'ma stand for my better self. Therapy inside my music, feeling like some better help. Now I walk around, never let the crown tilt though. Say we living in the last days, baby, this is what I've been built for. I'm the one that y'all sent for. God heard y'all cries, then she hit my line, okay, 10-4. Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I got so much on my plate though. Hungry for my best, so I won't let it go to waste though. Beefing with my past, that shit is cooked just like my steaks though. Well done, that's what God said. Couldn't tell you where to find the L from, it's not an option. Woke up to the version of myself I love the most. These birds want my bread, so I let them watch me toast. Cheers to the joy that just took over my body. I just made 100 racks off what people call a hobby. That's that God body elevation. Watch my levitation. They don't understand the growth, they rather credit Satan. I'm just saying I got magic in my bones, royalty inside my DNA. The world is just my throne. Fuck a demon time, God time is better. If they can't read the room, then I'll probably write a letter. Dear whoever, you were made from the dirt that has magic. If there's no space for you, then let them have it. You were made for greatness. Your energy ain't made for all these spaces. Why you think I'm on this track spitting harder than some braces? Remember who you are and never change it. You're a living God, so just learn to embrace it. Yeah.
peace and love. It's lava at the park. Yeah. You're worthy, you're priceless, a diamond, a shooting star. You're holy, you're righteous, you're perfect as who you are. You're worthy, you're priceless, a diamond, a shooting star. You're holy, you're righteous, you're perfect as who you are. Don't let them define you. You're growing through dimensions, no losses, just lessons. And that's why your faith is strong. Anytime you hit your lowest, always bounce back. Anytime you lost your glow, got your shine back. Anytime you felt alone, God had your back. Better know that you're worthy, you're priceless, a diamond, a shooting star. You're holy, you're righteous, you're perfect as who you are. You're worthy, you're priceless, a diamond, a shooting star. You're holy, you're righteous, you're perfect as who you are. I love you, reflection. We flexing on our haters. We wish them the best, but protecting our sacred love. No weapons formed against us could take us away from God. We praying, we praising, we grateful. We came from love. You're worthy, you're priceless, a diamond, a shooting star. You're holy, you're righteous, you're perfect as who you are. You're worthy, you're priceless, a diamond, a shooting star. You're holy, you're righteous, you're perfect as who you are. Hey baby, you got the ball? Thank you. Ooh, never forget who you are and where you come from. Peace and love.
They said nobody's coming to save you. I had to look inside me. I was looking everywhere for a savior, but the guy was in me. The world like to tell you what you can't, what you ain't, that you late. Just remember that you great. The world like to tell you what you can't, what you ain't, that you late. Just remember that you great.
Yeah. You know what I fought through just to get her? I evolved so much I feel like I don't fit her. Out of place, my palate increased, I got a higher taste. I don't want it if it ain't organic, and I don't wanna talk if we ain't seeking understanding. And I don't wanna chill if growth ain't what we planning. And I don't wanna take no pictures if they ain't candid. Catch me in a moment or don't catch me at all. They throwing shade underhand and I'm deflecting it all. But if it's good energy, then I'm accepting it all. Yeah, I'm accepting it all. They tried to prosper against me, but they weapons too small. I got God on my side, nigga. I got angels in the field down the ride, nigga. Plus my ancestors, same gang, same hand gestures, great wisdom. My people say I'm acting different. I tried to put them what I'm on, but they ain't listen. I made some diamonds out this pressure, can't say they ain't glisten. I cut them snakes out my grass cause I heard them hissing. It's a marathon, I do the distance. Yeah, the crowd tried to tell me I was done for, but I ain't listen.
They said nobody's coming to save you. I had to look inside me. I was looking everywhere for a savior, but the guy was in me.
what you can't, what you ain't, that you late. Just remember that you great. The world like to tell you what you can't, what you ain't, that you late. Just remember that you great.
A wise man told me I got a calling on my life. I think I overstand now. I think I get why Miss Johnson kept praying now. I think I get why I lost a lot of friends now. All part of the plan. See, some relationships supposed to land. If they can't grow with you, then they can't go with you. My ex say she was leaving. I said don't let the door hit you. On the way out, I told her stay out. See, I'm finding myself, aligning myself, working and I'm timing myself, reminding myself, yeah, that I'm free. And ain't nobody gonna do me like me. Self-love, it's the best love, that's the best drug. Praise to the Most High, my investor. Yeah, I'm self-driven like Tesla. Yeah, I'm blessed up, from my feet to my chest up. Middle finger to my oppressor. And I press on. I go to war with my demons, I put my vest on. And I turn every L into a lesson. If I got greatness in me, not even a question.
They said nobody's coming to save you. I had to look inside me. I was looking everywhere for a savior, but the guy was in me. The world like to tell you what you can't, what you ain't, that you late. Just remember that you great. The world like to tell you what you can't, what you ain't, that you late. Just remember that you great. To tell you what you can't, what you ain't, that you late. Just remember that you great. The world like to tell you what you can't, what you ain't, that you late. Just remember that you great.
Greatness loading in me, be patient with me, I'm buffering. No more playing small, it's too many of us suffering. Humble what? Humble who? Bro, that's who I used to be. The insecure me died and you listening to her eulogy. Conveniently calling me arrogant cause they can't use me. Crazy how they finally see themselves when they lose me. Always had some options but I had to learn to choose me. And now your girl is choosy. Going through the process and surrender to the outcome. Walking through my trauma cause that's the shit I can't outrun. She say she better off without me. Okay baby, have fun. Trying to find a fuck to give but I can't seem to find one. Moving. Moving on. Gotta keep moving. moving, life's train ain't stopping. Hot in this bitch and I said, what's poppin'? If God really for me, baby, tell me who can stop me. Walking in his glory, so I'm feeling like I'm cocky. If God be for me, who can be against me? I'm not who I was, but I am more me. Lost a lot of people just to find my peace, yeah. And I found my peace, yeah. And I found my peace. Moving, 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 moving. There's a version of me that has been burning to emerge. She's when self-love and authenticity become so intimate that they conceive the reflection of God. Yeah, she knows depression, but she lives in joy. She feels anxiety, but she leans into trust. Yeah, this version of me, she can thrive in chaos, but she chooses to surround herself in peace. She's so cold that her words freeze over the hell that people have been living in. Yeah, this version of me has been with God. And now, you're about to experience heaven on earth.